Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Divinity Original Sin. There's a Captain Jack here. Let's go ahead and talk to him.
What are ye staring at?
I'm staring at you. Tell me about yourself.
Captain Jack's the name, though the title may be a little generous at the moment. My crew ran off, and I can't find enough hardy souls to help me reload the ship and sail off.
What happened to your crew?
Those scallywags heard there be silver in the Lacula mines, and they abandoned ship like the lily-livered turkeys they are. Haven't seen them since the day we docked.
Well, it sounds like you have some work for a trio of sailors.
Chaps lost their ship and want some work. Just send them to me, and tell them there's a bit of coin and a lot of rum coming their way if they don't mind a bit of honest labor.
Yeah, that sounds good. You've got a steam cloud arrowhead, an empty flask, and a 34 gold. What do I have that might be worth that?
Red and orange,
Alright, so 65
yellow and green,
worth.
the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
So I can sell that
Tall
and
snake,
that.
wing of worm,
Outdated
grow
longsword.
and slice 'em, stir and churn.
I can get more pans and
Red
hammers.
orange,
They're not
yellow
repair
and
hammers.
green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
Bowls should be easy to come by. Tusks, I don't know if there's anything to do with them.
Scrolls to entussle you.
And I don't know if I care about those, but, alright, how
Our
about
as many friends
that?
as the man with many cheeses.
Probably don't need 2 cooking pots. So we get a little bit more.
Halibut,
I
sheep's
could probably
cheese,
get another
tomatoes.
shovel somewhere as well, but for now, we'll take that. He accepts the offer. Alright, I'll take my leave. Let's go ahead and tell those sailors. So one of the downsides of the game is running all the way back down here can take a little while. No, that is, they are over here, aren't they? Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and follow.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but I've got the foulest of the
Tiny
lot
bow on my
hands.
back.
Good on you. These boss men respect companies, you know. Know what they say.
Do-do-do-do-do.
You're driving straight to the pub and back.
Ah, the blood from my teleportations.
And don't forget the time you got
All right,
caught
Philip.
passing along
Have you
that-
found us a job yet? We'll take anything. Really?
About finding work.
So there's a captain offering booze and brass for a
Shady
bit
XP?
of crate loading. Gods be praised. You've done it, friend. Off we go.
You sound extremely enthusiastic about that.
Nature.
All right, taking care of that one.
Time the captain took the Duchess of Federal's carriage for the joyride.
So I believe this yellow, this yellow bar down at the bottom is the experience bar. We're at 4255 out of 6,000, so it's gonna be a little while, but you guys are also booking it. Wonder if I kind of figured that they just disappear, but I'm very curious about that chest. I'd kind of like to get a little bit more lucky charm before I do that, but we'll see. So whoever is the main chest opener should get lots of lucky charm. Because you can get some really good stuff. And even if...
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's
By the
cheese,
siren son of my
tomatoes.
heaven. You boys willing to earn your day's
No
pay?
better solution to
Yes,
the zombie
Captain.
problem
Ho
than
ho!
set a
Let's
silver
get
arrows.
to it then.
Potions to bemuscle you. Scrolls.
And off you go. I don't feel like following you all the way there. And they're gone. I don't know if they're permanently gone or what, but
Spiritless. Perhaps
that's
wrestling
that
an
taken care of.
earth elemental will inject some vim
I
into your
believe
routine.
we may have gotten... No? I thought I was supposed to get some altruistic from that. Maybe I need to go,
Livestock's got twice the sense and
A good
twice the
day,
soul of
Jimmy.
the
Nope,
average human,
nope.
I
I
say.
need to get away from them. Let's see. Log. The shipless sailors. Okay, maybe I need to go talk to them down at the...
Potions to bemuscle you. Scrolls to
No,
entussle
that's
you.
listed as completed. Oh, okay, yeah. If it has if it has a dot, then it's completed. A filled-in dot. Charmed, I'm sure. We'll convince the guards to let her live. I'm sure it'll be fine, right?
Bersha's shape is gone, gone, gone. Think it vanished through one of them swirly shrines?
I don't know. Howdy, chicken.
Fantastic!
All right. Well, we should probably go. We can talk to people later. We should probably go figure out what's going on with this murder. That is why we're here. Alright, so we've got the town hall here. So we'll head there in a bit, but for now... check out these wood piles. 2 wooden logs. 50 gold and 2 arrow shafts. Yes, please. Nothing. An empty cup. My cup does not runneth over. A rabbit's paw. Some years ago, a superstition regarding lucky rabbit's feet led to a decimation of the local population by hopeful hunters. The trend was abandoned, but the rumors about the feet were never definitively disproven either. I believe you can enchant those. Stupid stuff that stealing if I want to go open. Boo. We'll talk to her in a bit as well.
You don't think it's
Look at all these things that we can eventually steal.
Now, I pulled her off you before she could do any real damage.
any real damage? Are you joking? I've been mauled. I'll be disfigured for life.
Come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all.
Greetings! These stalls are for our Legion troops. Riverland's finest work up mighty fine appetite, serving the 7.
The ugly soldiers of
Alright, cook's house. Don't worry, we'll be back to... camera. We'll be back to steal that
In
stuff
that
a bit.
case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
That was sloppy.
I wish for you to try it, Screech woman.
Again.
The beast speaks, so you've half a brain behind that feral maul, have you?
The cretin's question crossed her lips and aped an air of aptitude.
Hey, Tull, I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention to the beast, Various. You'll only
Sorry,
encourage
sir.
it.
Hello?
Hey, who's that then? Come on, stand where my good eye can see you.
I'm
No, sir.
right here.
Easy, Tull. That's the source hunter you're talking to.
Well, I am glad that my reputation precedes me. A curious situation you've got here. Is the woman in this cage under arrest?
She may have the look of a woman if you squint hard enough, but she's no more than a wild animal.
Really? That's,
We got
thing
reports
to
of a
say.
strange-looking outsider skulking through the town with her bow drawn. I found her crouched behind a tree, taking aim at a fat old rat trotting along the city walls.
that doesn't seem dangerous.
I tapped her on the shoulder to see what was what, and the beast startled like a wild cat and lunged right at me.
Well, I mean, you stuck up on her.
Bit Tullia right in the face, she did. It wasn't pretty, and now it's got a chunk ripped off it to boot.
We should probably get some healing on that then.
Enjoy it while you can, Ver. There's not another legionnaire in the cohort that'll have you if I go rabid.
And what will become of this admittedly strange stranger?
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's moaning. We can't keep her here forever, but we can't well send her into the wilds again, can we?
Perhaps it'd be worth taking the stranger under our wing. She'll likely come in handy if we can trust her to watch our backs. We're here to hunt source, not play babysitter. Sorry, but we can't take responsibility for a stranger. Yeah, perhaps it's worth taking the stranger under our wing.
That's a mighty big if. We can't have one of our team wandering off into the wilds when we need her to be watching our backs.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Can't say I'm surprised. You wouldn't want an untamed thing like that sleeping next to you at night. Now it's for us to decide what to do with her, of course.
Well, let us take her.
If I've got my say, we'll take her into the woods and put her down.
Well, that's just rude.
Ice blue eyes, narrow beneath a heavy brow streaked with sweat and dust. Her hands tense into claws, held at the ready.
Interesting choice to have a narrator here as opposed to a conversation with the person. I mean, you no harm, stranger. I only wonder who you are.
Her brow knits together, but something in her pose relaxes. She clears her throat.
I am Bear Daughter. I have not come here to find trouble with the Screech woman. She only startled me. And you are a source hunter. I have heard many tales of your order. Your history is long and honorable.
Well, I'm glad that you've heard about us, and my reputation precedes me. How did you end up in this cage?
This woman here, the one who now plots her revenge, she crept behind me while I was hunting, and I only defended myself. I would not hurt an innocent Screech woman on purpose.
I like her name for this woman.
But soon their swords were upon me, and they forced me into this cage meant for dogs. Mother would rip the fur from her chest if she could see how they keep me.
I'll take my leave. Can I...
Say, Source Hunter, do you reckon the vendor's got a...
Well, that's to be decided. She doesn't seem to be sick, despite Tully's
Alright, perhaps it's...
After all, a fearless hunter might prove quite useful for our investigation.
Well, I'm glad that you've listened to reason now, Hanako.
Well, that's a relief, ain't it? We found a good home for her after all, Tull.
And already, boom, there she is.
Heed me, Source Hunter. She's not good for anything more than cannon fodder. And don't turn your back on her when she's got that bow within arm's reach.
Well, that's just rude. Alright. Let's get away from there. Can we find some place where we can talk to you where people are not going to be noisy? There we go. Alright. Let's talk to her.
Hunter, I have heard tales both grand and terrible about the world of humans. I myself was caged one moment and freed the next by our kind.
Right, that was us.
In Home Forest, every creature acts according to the nature of its kind. Birds frighten easily, badgers fear little. But amongst men, there are no guarantees.
Yeah, you're pretty well spoken. There is little in our world more variable than the minds of men. It is a source of great beauty and much despair, and all of it uniquely human. Yes, as you've noticed, we are an unpredictable species as likely to kill as to heal. It's best to be wary of those you meet for this very reason. I'll go with the first one.
It is difficult for me to claim humanity as you do. I am still learning to see myself in the faces of those I meet. And those I meet do not always see themselves in me.
Yeah, that's fair.
It is strange to stand with one foot in the forest and the other in the city, Source Hunter. I am glad that now I have you standing beside me.
Aw, that's nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at her abilities. She does have a Resurrect Scroll, so let's go ahead and get that on there. She has a backpack with nothing in it. Fire Arrow, Stunning Arrow, Poison Arrow, 2 minor healing potions, Bear Daughter's Garment, Bear Daughter's Armor, +1 initiative. Let's go ahead and turn that off. Bear Daughter's Boots, 11 armor rating. No weapon, and now I'm regretting selling that bow. Well, We're gonna need to find you a bow. Also, she's level 3, and I am level 2. It's a little bit annoying. But what are you going to do? Alright, so 5 strength, 7 dexterity, 5 intelligence, 7 constitution, 6 speed, and 6 perception. No resistances, 166 hit points. Abilities-wise, 1 bow, 1 tenebrium, which we don't really know exactly what that is. Allows you to equip more powerful tenebrium weapons. No armor. She has 2 expert marksmen, so 5 novice, 2 adept, and a 0 master expert marksman skills. Nothing in personality. She does have 2 lore master, so that's good, and no nasty deeds. Talents: arrow recovery, 33% chance to recover a special arrow after shooting it. Bully boosts non-magical attacks by 50% against opponents with slowed, crippled, or knocked down. And Stench decreases everyone's attitude towards you by 25, but melee opponents will find you less attractive in combat. So she'll be less likely to be attacked in combat, and the traits don't apply to her. You will always want to have someone you'll probably end up taking along. There's 4 companions, as I mentioned. You'll end up taking 2 of them primarily. It's good to have one of the other 2 that you don't take as like your your designated buyer and seller and craftsman and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same person.
These stores are for our Legion troops.
Yeah, good for you. We'll talk to them later. Bear Daughter, because of that stench
Did someone leave an oven door open?
trait, is not going to be a good person to be the buyer and seller.
I'm overheating here.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Alright, 90 XP, and I should be really running around as you. Captain Aureus is... Oops.
Now, where is my pepper? Did it sprout legs and run away? Ah, there it is.
I hate that line so much. Part of it is just like... Some of these people they just constantly have these lines that they say. And, I forgot that this building here is where I wanted to be. And they'll just, like, constantly say it, so you can sometimes, like, just be around talking to people and hearing things very, very, very often, and it's very annoying. Anyway... We got stairs down. Empty bottles that are stealing here. All of those are stealing. Those are stealing. Legion headquarters, Aureus' office. Hello.
What have we here, then? A so-called source hunter, eh? Well, look. Do what you must in Sicil, but don't make waves and don't interfere with the Legion's affairs. You hear?
I could say the same thing to you. Tell me about yourself.
I'm Captain Aureus, if you must know.
I must know,
Leader
actually.
of the Legion in Sicil. By which I mean I have the enviable task of commanding a battalion of walking dead. For I fear it may well be but a matter of time before the undead undo all my soldiers and turn them into driveling hordes of their own misshapen number.
Have you thought about, like, requesting help on that front? But let's discuss Jake's murder.
Gods above! Some politician snuffs it and everyone's in an uproar. Ridiculous! I told that wizard brat of an Ahu not to bother. He just had to send for source hunters, didn't he? Bloody magicians. They see a pigeon poop and think sorcery's afoot.
I mean, we have a better idea of what sorcery is than you do, sir.
Nevertheless, I want to be kept in the loop. Understand?
Absolutely, we will tell you
I am
nothing.
in command of this town. Not Mayor Cecil, not Ahu, and definitely not some hotshot source hunter. So investigate Jake's death if you feel so inclined, but report back to me the moment you discover something out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
The scene of the crime is over at the King Crab Inn. You can tell the guard you have my permission to enter. Now off with you!
Well, hold on. In regards to Jake's wife, Esmeralda...
Esmeralda is Jake's wife. Well, widow. Everyone in town, down to the crabs on the beach, is convinced she killed him. Now, the girl has the reputation of being a flirt. There is that. But that doesn't suffice as evidence, wouldn't you say?
And don't call her
Or
a girl.
do source hunters rely on hearsay alone, perhaps? That certainly would explain some of the cock-ups you lot have made in the past.
Well, now that's just rude, and also, I've just gotten here, I'm trying to get information, you dink. Ugh. I'm so looking forward to just robbing this guy blind.
What? You're going to stand there and claim with a straight face your order never wrongly tortured and executed anyone? Hardly. But I won't stand for such nonsense. If you bring evidence before me, I'll evaluate it with perfect objectivity. The Legion relies on reason, see? Not idle superstition.
Yeah, perfect objectivity. I can see just how perfect your objectivity is. I'd like to ask some additional questions.
If you must.
Oh, I must. Your main problem is the undead?
Bravo! Figured that one out, did you? I haven't been stuck here for 2 years because we're being besieged by fluffy kittens, you know.
That would be pleasant.
Those brain-feasting freaks out there keep on coming. And it takes all the sword arms and all of Ahu's half-baked contraptions to keep them at bay. Keeping them at bay, that is all we do. Were that I could break their backs once and for all.
Don't worry, I'm sure I can take care of them. How are you enjoying Siseel?
How am I enjoying it?
Yeah.
Are you spoiling for a fight, Hunter?
Maybe.
Are you? Siseel stinks of fish, reeks of orcs, and on a good day, the wind disperses the stench of decomposing corpses. I can't remember the last time I had a proper piece of steak, and by now, I retch at the mere sight of sardines. So in conclusion, I am not enjoying Siseel.
Well, it looks like we gotta find some sardines to just drop at your feet. Tell me about the Legion.
We are the pride of Riverlon, to be found and to be seen everywhere. We don't hide in the dark and lurk in corners like some I could mention. No, we protect the civilized from the barbaric, and we do so impeccably.
Oh, I'm sure you do so impeccably. What, in your opinion, are the orcs doing on the beach?
I'd say they are looking for weak spots in our defenses. They can't make an attack over land for fear of Ahu's magical machines, so they're trying their luck by sea. They won't succeed, though. Not against the Legion.
Ahu tells me he suspects a sect might be at work around Siseel.
Yes, and he also spends most of his time in the guise of a cat, licking God's knows which body parts. Sects, sorcerers. He'll be seeing flying carpets next.
Oh, if he does, I will definitely have to acquire one. Alright, so he has man-at-arms skill, books, barbed wire, crippling blow, cure wounds, helping hand, battering ram, and courage, melee power stance, melee defensive stance, crushing fist, taunt, and whirlwind. And some various pieces of equipment. The cloth cap, +2 initiative, just 9 armor rating, the mail armor I can wear, but it's strength-based, so it will reduce movement. And I don't really care about the shields. But he does have some firestorm grenades and money, so eventually we will want to make use of that. For now, let's go ahead and head up the stairs here. There's Lots of goodies there. More things that I can't yoink. So many things that are stealing, it's terrible.
I hope your quest fares well, dear hunter.
How about you tell me a bit more about yourself, Arhu?
But certainly. What would you like to know?
Who, or rather, what are you?
Oh, I am but a wizard. A guardian of man and beast. And indeed, I am both. My body, like any other, is bound to temporal decay. But my spirit is a speck of light that shone forth from the eternal sun that is the cosmic soul.
Alright, that's a little weird, but okay.
My task upon this earth is to protect the heart of nature, the very antithesis of which is the intrigue spun by demons and directors of the dead. Hence my involvement in Scythial.
Okay.
You see, my one desire is to witness a world in which every mother looks around her and purrs with calm contentment, for she knows that her chicks or children, her cubs or calves, will grow up without knowing the meaning of menace, the enfeeblement of fear.
What about, like... What about the mother mice who know that you're going to eat their children one day?
To my great regret, none of them purr as yet.
Well, you know, there is an orc lady down by the beach. Do tell me more about this cat trick of yours.
Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise? Such magic is a gift, hunter. To be out in the... But of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And
isn't it dangerous to polymorph like you do?
Make machines
what if you get stuck in another form?
Oh, that'll never happen. Granted, a witch could make the polymorph permanent if she'd enchant me in my cat guise, but I'll just have to be careful around witches, won't I?
I suppose so.
I'm my own wizard, you know, and I don't intend to become anyone's familiar.
Fair enough. Let's talk about Source Hunter business.
By all means.
Let's discuss Jake's murder.
Of course. I hope your investigation fares well.
Well, we're just getting started. What happened the night of the murder?
I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours.
Wow, you must have gotten a lot of milk out of that.
I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons.
So I take it they were cloaked but still able to... people could still tell their forms? What if it was just a very slight man and another man kind of thing, you know?
It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead.
Okay.
How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt.
Alright, who in your opinion are the suspects?
I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda.
Okay.
Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, and again, like, if no one's had any sense that she can use magic, then it makes sense that you'd be looking for, like, if there's magic involved, then you would expect her to be able to use it, you know? Anyway, is there more you can tell me about these strangers that seem to be in league with the orcs?
I can't say much more, but that they're madmen. All the more dangerous to us because of their alliance with what should be a natural enemy. You won't see me teaming up with a terrier in a hurry.
Wait, do they have to be natural enemies? I have a few questions about Cyseal.
And what might those be?
What can we do about the undead that threaten Cyseal?
Those who are raising the dead dwell among us. They simply must be. But even though I've spent many a night leaping from tree to rooftop, watching on as citizens stagger home from the inn or simply burn the midnight oil, I haven't spied a single soul worthy of true suspicion.
Okay.
The enemy is wily. They know us better than we know them, and they've found ways to avoid both detection and distrust. And yet, I am somehow convinced that you may succeed where the Legion and I have failed. Call it instinct.
It is almost as if you are the protagonist, and you may be able to do things that the rest of us cannot. Let's see. How did you design those magical ballista of yours?
Oh, a mere trifle for one with the intellect of a feline and the engineering skills of a human. You basically construct a classic ballista, add a 100% legally obtained self-regenerating source of destructive magic to it, and Bobcat's your uncle.
Do tell me more about this 100% legally obtained self-regenerating source of destructive magic. I could use some of that. Seem to have a bit of an orc problem, do you not?
You have a flair for understatements, Hunter. I'm sure they are but a minor nuisance in the eyes of a born warrior. But to the Legion, they are green-skinned death incarnate.
Fair enough.
Until they conclude what mischief they intend to see through, or, less likely, they are conclusively defeated, we can but bar the gates and hole up like mice while the cats are on the prowl.
Well, and again, protagonist here. I'm sure we'll be taking care of that eventually. I'll take my leave. Alright. So, lots and lots of things that we cannot take because it would be stealing. I do enjoy these teetering books. They're pretty amusing. But yeah, so we can't take any of this stuff yet. There are some giant piles of spider webs, and I kind of feel like someone should do something about that. But I guess that's neither here nor there right now. All right, so let's go ahead and head back downstairs. It is about time for us to end the episode. We do have evidence chests that we can't do anything about right now. There is a little dungeon down here. We could go zip on down and see what's going on down here. Adventurer's Field Guide at level 1. There's bread. There's more bread. More things that we can't interact with because it would all be stealing. Well, this stuff is not. But we can't get in here. Dang it. Might be able to teleport around, but you know what? Let's go ahead and try that as the last thing to do in this episode. Alright, can you teleport me in there? Yes. And I can take the bucket. Oops. Take the bucket. The Adventurer's Field Guide, Volume 2. And I can sleep on these things.
Bless the seven, I am restored.
Yeah, so beds will heal you up, so that's pretty handy. Nope. Nope, didn't mean that. That has not come back yet. I need to wait. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. So that is at least a way that I can get stuff out of these rooms. Again, not a whole lot.
I cast from the depths of my will.
Almandretta's like... Ah, right. Gotta switch back here. Keep having to take all this damage.
I think that skeleton is alive.
Probably not.
Anybody home? Anybody home?
Nope. Nope, no one home. Let's go ahead and get those hit points back. Ah, so good. Alright, let's see, have you... Nope. Alright, so I will... Since this works, we're gonna loot the rest of these cells. It's just a little, you know, few things that we can get out of each one. But that will be for next time. See you then, everyone.